So what is up, Africana fam? Going straight into this video, we're going to be watercoloring this hair from Wiggins hair. It is a 613 13x4 lace frontal wig and 20 inches with 180% density. So right now I have a warm bucket of water and I'm using the Adore Cotton Candy dye to dye our first color, well, first layer of color. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and I'm being ghetto right now. I'm using scissors to mix. I couldn't find my comb. You guys don't judge me. But I'm using it to mix the dye until like there's like no more dye flying around. And I already have my knots protected with Got2b gel in the freeze spray and let it dry, just so that the color doesn't get on the knot. And in total, I used a bottle and a half of the cotton candy just to dip my hair in. I wanted to make sure that the color was nice and saturated and there's no blotchy spots as well. You could go ahead and use your comb to comb out the hair just to make sure that it's catching everything, but for the most part it caught everything. So yeah, you guys just keep on dipping it until you get your desired color. And as you guys can see, I'm just using my comb just to make sure that all of the hair is getting saturated with the color. And the color I'm going for is like a salmon-y kind of color. Like I didn't want it to be too pink. Next up, we're going in with our Kiss Temptation in the color Honey Brown. This bottle was already used, so it was pretty much like a half a bottle that I used. And again, me being, you know, ghetto fabulous, I'm gonna go ahead and use my scissors to mix up the concoction with the water. And I used a fresh pail of water as well. And just keep on mixing. And when I used a half a bottle, it wasn't enough for me. So afterwards, I went in and I used fabric dye. Yes, I used fabric dye to get my desired color because I wanted the ends to be very dark. So yeah, as you guys can see, like it's catching it, but I wanted it to be a lot darker than what it was. And it's getting darker, but like I said, I wanted it to be a lot more darker than what it was, because usually when you blow dry the hair is a lot lighter than what you see when it's wet. And I'm just using my comb to comb out the hair just to make sure that everything is saturated and there's no obvious line of demarcation between the colors. I want it to be very gradual. So I used the Ritz dye in the color Cocoa Brown, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix it, and this helped me get my color. Yeah, you guys, so that was my way of getting my color because I didn't have any more brown dye. So I went ahead and just used the Ritz dye, and again, it's in the color Cocoa Brown. And as you guys can see, it's getting a lot darker than what we expected. And I'm just getting more of the tips with it because I know it's gonna be a darker color, just so that it could be a nice three-toned gradient ombre. And then just keep on dipping it and combing it until you get your desired color. So I went ahead and shampooed it off camera and dried it, and this is how it's looking. And this hairline did come pre-plucked, but I plucked it even more just so I could have a nice hairline, because I don't like colored hair with, like, you know, a bulky hairline. That's not cute, you guys. But right now what I'm doing is I'm parting my part just so I could get ready to prep my hair to cut my hair into layers. And what I'm doing right now is I'm grabbing pieces of the hair in a vertical motion and I'm cutting it down with my shears in a vertical motion just so we can get some nice layering for our curls. And again, you're just gonna take your scissors and drag them down and hold your hair in a vertical motion. And this will like pretty much just form a V in the back of your head and just give it layers and stuff. but I particularly cut the front a little bit more shorter than the rest of the hair, just because I wanted face framing layers. Now I'm just grabbing my hair upwards, and I'm just gonna cut off any little fray hairs, and this would just give more of the layering effect. You guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I tried to learn from my friend Slave by Jordan with his layering tutorial, and I tried to do it, but you know, yeah, I ain't failed, but y'all see that I'm over here struggling. So yeah, you guys. And right now I'm just trying to see how the hair would fall if I was to curl it, to see if I could cut some more or not, and yeah. Yeah, just keep on cutting layers. Don't be scared to cut layers either, y'all. It's okay. But right now what I'm doing is I'm taking my ear tabs, I'm parting it out with my comb, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it just to make sure that the wig fits nice and snug to our heads. And I'm just using my hot comb just to press out my hair, just to see how we're looking, and to also get some hair out the way. Now I'm spraying some Gossipy Free Spray on my comb, and then I'm using that against my hairline just to give it that more clean and sleek look. And I went ahead and parted my hair into sections, and I'm using my Tresemme Heat Protectant on the hair, as well as my Garnier Fructis serum, and we're gonna go ahead and curl our hairs. I am using my Marcel iron. I think it's 1 3/4 inches, and I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my hair. We're curling our hair away from our faces, so you know, one side is gonna be going one way while the other side's going another way, but they're both gonna be, you know, curling away from the face. You guys get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my hair and then put it in pins, just so that the curl could cool down and that it could really come out nice and springy and bouncy. The key to having nice curls is for you to hold it until it cools down, or for you to pin it up until it cools down. And we're just gonna keep on curling and curling and curling. It's pretty repetitive, you guys. Yeah, I was struggling in the back a little bit, but you know, we got our momentum up, you know. Okay, y'all, now on to the install, the fun part. So right now I'm taking my 91% alcohol and my cotton pad, and I'm just gonna go ahead and clean off our hairline just to make sure it's nice and, you know, oil free and dirt free. Now I went ahead and put on the wig just to see how it fits, and I'm cutting some slits in here just because I wanted to make sure that like I'm able to pull and tug and do all this extra stuff. I feel like with every install you do it a little bit differently depending on how the wig is constructed. So just a heads up, you might, you know, end up doing something a little bit more different depending on what kind of wig you're using. And right now I'm using my Bold Hold Active Glue, and I'm just applying 2 layers. I didn't want to keep the wig on for, you know, mad long, So I just did 2 layers of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my popsicle stick and we're going to smooth it out. And you want to make sure that the layers are drying clear in between each other before you apply the next layer. So make sure this dries completely clear, there should not be an inch of white showing before you add another one. And make sure you do it directly after. And also too, once you see it turn clear, that's when you start putting on the wig. You don't have to wait until it dries completely, because then the wig might not be able to stick or adhere as well as you want to. So as soon as you see it turn clear, you go ahead and put on the wig, and that's what we're doing right now. And I'm just placing it just strategically or where I want it to be at. And I did the middle first, and then I'm going from side, and then I'm going to go to the side again. And I'm just kind of gently pressing it down just so that, you know, our position is intact. And then I'm going to use my rat tail comb just to push down that lace into the glue even further. And then I'll be using my blow dryer on medium heat to heat just to help that glue dry even more. And now I'm using my eyebrow razor just to cut our lace. And just make sure that you're doing this very cautiously. You don't want to cut yourself and also probably cut off too much lace as well. Just take your time, you guys. Don't rush with this. You ain't going nowhere. At least I hope you're not going nowhere. And then I'm just using the metal part and some small glue just to fill in any spots that I have missed with the glue. And again, you always want to make sure that you apply your wig over the glue than right on top of the glue, just so that you could be able to, you know, get in detail and put more glue and just have it just look more seamless. And then again, going in with the blow dry just to make sure that the glue is nice and dry. And then I went ahead and I didn't show this part, but I put some Gossipy on the hairline, and then now I'm going to put my elastic band and sit for 30 minutes for it to lay on top of my hairline, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it off. And as you guys can see, it just looks more melted than what it was before. Now to melt it even further, I'm using my Nairobi setting lotion, and I'm going to apply that all over my hairline. I didn't tie down my hairline this time. I just let it sit there because I want to do my makeup while I let it dry. So I'm using my Fenty Beauty in the color 480, as well as my Umo Beauty in T2N, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over my face. And then I'm using my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in the color Deep Bronze. I'm just going to apply that in my highlighter areas. And then I'm using my Absolute pencil in the color Smoke just to do my eyebrows while I let the concealer sit for a little bit. And then I'm going in with, again, Beauty Blender just to blend everything out. And then I'll be going on top of the Deep Bronze with Hazelnut. And I'm going to apply that as a, you know, my brightening concealer. And then I'm going back in with Deep Bronze to outline my eyebrows. And again, just let it sit and do your eyebrows and then blend out that concealer. And then I'm using my Benai powder in the color, I believe, is it Chestnut? I think it is Chestnut. And I'm going to apply that all over my face and where I put my concealer at. And then I'm using my Juvia's Place Hair and 2 palette in the color Abby to help contour my face. And I'm using my MAC NW58 Studio Fix Plus powder just to set everything and to pretty much just mesh everything in. And I did my eyes off camera, and I'm using my Saharan 2 palette again, and I'm using the color Neo as my blush palette. And then I'm going in with my MUA highlighter and the color Golden Afterglow as my nose highlight. And then we're also going to highlight our Cupid's bow as well. And I didn't show everything because I didn't want to make this video super duper long. It's not that serious, you guys. You guys have seen my makeup plenty of times, and I've also used most of the same products as well. But now I'm going in with my Morphe setting mist. I'm going to mist my face and then use my foundation brush to suppress in that setting spray. So real quick, I went ahead and put on my false nails. Yes, these are fake nails. These are press-ons, and these press-ons were done by my good friend. Her name is Davina, aka Polished by _Vina. You guys should go check my sis out. She's very talented, as y'all can see. And my nails are slayed. They laid. They everything. And that's on period. Alright, but on to the next segment. And now I'm just taking off my bonnet, and we are ready to take off these curls. But first, I'm going in with my black lip liner. I just wanted to do my press-ons before I did my lip gloss, because you know lip gloss be drying out mad fast. So I'm just using a black lip liner, and then I'm using my NYX lip liner in the color Espresso, and then we're going to use our lipstick, I think from Uma Beauty, in the color Eartha, and then use our NYX Butter Gloss in the color Tiramisu. And then after that, we're going to use our clearer lip gloss on top of that just to give us a nice shine. Yeah, I use mad stuff on my lips, but it comes out flawless, and that's all that matters. Now we are taking down the pin curls. I'm so excited, you guys. So I went ahead and took out my pin curls. These pin curls were sitting for like a good 12 hours. So these curls ain't going nowhere, mamita. Listen, we out here. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and use our wide tooth comb just to comb out those luscious curls, y'all. And just keep on combing it and forming it until you get the desired look that you want with the curls. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you have not, you guys. I enjoy doing this look so much, and I definitely want to do more colored hair because y'all be feeling it, I be feeling it, we all be feeling it. So yeah, you guys, it's on period. We out here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Click that bell for notifications when I drop my videos so you guys get the notification of when I drop my stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next segment. Deuces.